Hi guys, my name is Victoria. I'm a freshman in college, and on my first day of classes, my boyfriend of a year and a half broke up with me. Since then, my mental health has been a little all over the place, but through school, I've met amazing people who I think will be in my life for a very, very long time. They helped me through everything, and especially since I was not home with my family and my hometown friends, it was very nice and reassuring to have all these new people in my life. This occurred 3 months ago on August 29th. It is now November 21st, so I'm well healed and ready to talk about it. While I tell you about my life for the past 3 months, I will be doing my makeup. I apologize if I do not tell you what products I will be using, but if you guys are interested, I can link them all down below. Just type out a little comment, and yeah, let's just get started with the little get ready with me / story time. The story really starts on August 26th, which was the day I moved into college. Both my parents were there, and so was my now ex-boyfriend, and everything was really well. He had to leave early. He had to go to the mechanic or something because he was leaving for college in a few days, so he had to get everything fixed up. The goodbye was kind of rushed. Like, my parents were there. We didn't have like privacy really, so like it was just like a very quick goodbye, and it like was not the goodbye I was imagining in my head. But given the situation, he had to leave really fast and all that, it was okay because I assumed we'd still see each other sooner or later. And when he said bye to my mom, she said that he was very off, which I thought was interesting because the next weekend was Labor Day weekend, and the two of us were supposed to come back home because there was a little Polish festival going on. If you guys didn't know, I'm full-bred Polish, so we were gonna go to the festival. We go annually, and he was gonna join us again. I didn't think anything was wrong with his goodbye, but she later told me that she did sense a weird aura around him. So was this breakup premeditated? Who knows? From the 26th through the 29th, I was just doing like freshman thing activities. You can interpret that however you want to. It's my first like 3 days of freedom away from my parents, meeting new people, finding my like friends who are still my friends now 3 months later. As I said, they helped me through like this whole thing. We still talked every single day. I kept him updated with all my new friends, what I was doing, just to reassure him. Everything about our experiences were different. I'm in traditional dorms, and my boyfriend was in like a suite style, so like there's really differences once you get to college depending on what kind of housing you have freshman year. Mine is a very open community. We leave our doors open, we meet new people. Like, half of my floor are my best friends, like I love them so much. And his was different because they live in suites, so everything's kind of closed off. It's harder for you to meet people. I was meeting bomb people who I love to this day, and I would tell him about everything I was doing, about all my new friends, boys, girls, everything. Like, I was very open and responsive. And then August 29th rolls around. All day we were kind of doing our own thing, so I wasn't really like on my phone. I was going to classes because it was my first day of classes. I was very anxious. Or actually, this was my second day of classes, but I have every other day classes in college, how most people do, so technically it was not my first day of classes. It was my first day of these classes though. And then after classes, I went shopping with my friend I just made, who's a year older. She has a car, and I just simply was not on my phone. I was living in the moment, which really bothered him because the previous days I was really on my phone, and I was really telling him what was up, and he had my location and everything. It just like, he got this sense of distrust for me apparently, which I don't know where that came from, because throughout the entire relationship I never gave him signs of any red flags that he should not trust me, which I think is comedic, but whatever. I'm not gonna sit here and say I was perfect, because obviously I was not on my phone. I was literally just living my life. When nighttime rolled around and we had our nightly phone call, it was a little different because he was very upset with me because I was not on my phone, and he said that my snap map said I was on my phone, but I honestly like had no recollection of me being on my phone. I'm gonna bring this mirror right here because I cannot see. I do not have my contacts in. Then we were just on a phone call, and it was very much an upsetting phone call. We were both very emotionally present, and we were both crying, and it was just messy. He called me things that I thought were very disrespectful and not true to my character, and I felt like these were underlying thoughts he had about me that were really coming to play in this instance. So I decided to not bite back, and I just let him break up with me. I felt disrespected in the moment, and I felt like it was unfair that I was getting accused. During all of this, I was going room to room as one does in traditional housing and meeting people, and we took a Polaroid, my new group of friends, posted it on my story, and I was next to my guy friend who I'm not even that close with to this day. He's still in our group and stuff, but personally me and him don't chat that often. That really threw my boyfriend off because I was not answering him. And then I posted next to a guy in a picture, which might seem a little dramatic, but this just shows like my ex-boyfriend's insecurities about me, because he always thought I was going to cheat on him, but I fully was not cheating. Nor, as I mentioned, like I'm like friends with this kid still. He's in our group, but I'm probably the least close with him out of everybody. That was like a big thing, which I understand that looked really bad because I was not answering my boyfriend, and then I posted. I just thought it was a little ridiculous that that was one of the main reasons I got broken up with. Anyway, we break up. The next day was really, really hard because I had school. Like I can't just not go to school. That night I texted my sister. This was like already really late in the night / early in the next morning because it was silly week, so like I didn't really have to take my classes that seriously. I texted my sister and I said me and blank broke up. I'm not gonna say his name obviously because he might watch this. I have no bad blood with him. I should though once I get more deeper in the story. She was very upset for me. I made her tell my parents, and then I made my parents tell my extended family that I was gonna see that upcoming weekend so that they wouldn't ask questions, and then they still ask questions, but I was like in a better headspace where I could actually talk about it, because being surrounded by so many people, new people, you don't really have time to think or to be absorbed with a breakup when you're going through a breakup. At least I didn't, and same with everyone else in my friend group that I got broken up with or was going through a breakup. You're just so constantly surrounded by people, especially because we're such a tight group, that like you're happy but like sad, and it's just like very hard times. But yeah, so when I went home, saw my family, I was able to talk about it like briefly. Me and my cousin really talked about it. Like I explained everything to her and she was like, oh my god, that's crazy. And then when I was finally home and alone, I actually really was set over the edge. I was very upset because I had finally time to like think everything through and being like, oh damn, I'm single. And during all this, he was still trying to like hit my lineup, and I was just like, no, I don't want to. Then the whole month of September, me and him were low-key in cahoots, like kind of like on our way to being back together. He would come and hang out, and we would talk every day, and it was like a lot of back and forth of unblocking and blocking and being like, this is so toxic and like this is good, like we're going back to like forming our relationship again, because like what our breakup was should have been a small fight, but it was a big thing that was blown out of proportion in my eyes and ended up with us being single. He admitted to things that he did after we broke up, which I was like, okay, like fuck, and I still gave him a month to like talk and like reconnect. So like it's stupid, whatever, I'm dumb. Anyway, then this is where it gets really good. October 2nd, he drives down to me and he's with me almost all day. He meets my friends. He already met some of them because he would come down, and so like I introduced him because you can't hide someone in a dorm. At least I couldn't, because we use our common area religiously, so like there's always someone. But he met my roommate. He met my roommate's mom because my roommate was going home, because fun fact, my roommate got broken up with October 1st, so October 2nd was the next day, and she was already planning to go home. So then her mom just like picked her up, whatever. Everyone liked him, like my friends. Everything seemed to be going back to normal, so I thought. And we did things, we hung out, we explored camp, like we literally spent the whole day together. By the way, I haven't mentioned this, he was my first everything, my first boyfriend, my first kiss, my literal first love. Like I was head over heels about him, to the point that I was willing to let him back into my life. But then that Thursday, his vibes were very off. I called him and I was like, why are you acting weird? He said, I can't do this. I said, you can't do what? Because I just wasted my whole month of September on you. What do you mean you can't do this? Like, that's not fair to me. I feel used, blah, blah, blah. He did not care. Him and his two best friends made a plan that he can't have a girlfriend, or none of them can have girlfriends until 5 years. They're gonna get rich and blah, blah, blah. Don't know much about the fucking plan. But the plan was know me in my ex-boyfriend's life, which, okay, fine, done deal, but like, he wasn't the one who made the plan. It was his best friends who clearly in the end were fake as hell to me, because they would be so nice and sweet to me in person, and then they do this to me. And I'm like, okay, well, fuck all of you. You guys go rich, drop out of college, do whatever you need to do that. I genuinely felt used, betrayed, and disrespected at this point. So yeah, the whole month of October was very rocky for me because I was basically going through a breakup, part 2, but this time it was almost worse because I let my guard down. I let him back into my life. We did things that I now regret. Even like talking to him all month, I regret. And yeah, October was the month for healing for sure. It was a difficult month for me, but now we're in November and I'm doing really, really well. I do have new people, a new roster in my phone, but I don't have the desire to make out with someone, get with someone, hook up with someone, date someone. Like, I've been single for 3 months, but I kind of say 2 months because I count like beginning of October as like our official done deal. And I just don't have any desires to be with anyone. I think I'm like the romantic type or something, which I never thought I would be, but I cannot hang out with someone, and that I think might be part of my anxiety. So I also have this mindset that if someone doesn't approach me or like start talking to me, I'm not gonna go to them because they don't like me. It's a very bad mindset and it's not gonna get me anywhere in life. Oh, and now we're talking about November, and I actually forgot to mention a very important thing that happened in November, which was the day before my birthday, November 10th. I gave back all his shit because I still had it, because all of October or all of September we were still talking, and then I didn't really go home. So I decided to give his shit back the day before my birthday. Met him in the Target parking lot. He was like threatening to drive off and stuff, and I was just like, I'm literally like right there. If you leave, I was thinking this, I'm gonna drop it off in the Goodwill down the street. So like, do you really want your shit back or not? Like, it was all high school stuff, which is why I was giving it back in the first place, because he did break my heart twice. And everyone was like, don't give his shit back, don't give his shit back. But I was like, it's high school stuff, so maybe I should. And I did. So I gave him his stuff back. I didn't say a word to him during that, partially because I wanted to be like that bad bitch, but the other part was that I felt like if I opened my mouth, I would actually start bawling my eyes out, because I'm looking at someone that I do not recognize at all. His whole personality changed once we stopped communicating. Like, he became such an asshole, such a like just awful person in my eyes, and I was just like, I can't believe I was with someone for a year and 7 or 8 months, and then now you treat me like this. Flash forward to now. It is November 21st. My classes are all doing really well. The only class I'm worried about my grade in is programming, because basically what had happened was when I went out for my birthday dinner in college on a Thursday, I missed class, and it was like a lab, which I knew, but I didn't think he would give me a 0 for some reason, because I'm delusional. And I didn't even email him that I was not going to be there because I'm just crazy, and I think the world revolves around me sometimes, I guess. But I got a 0, so I don't know what my grade is. And all my other classes are going really, really well, like surprisingly well for me. Programming was going really well too for me, and then I messed it up. So don't skip class, guys. And that was the only class I've ever skipped, or yeah, so far this whole semester. And I don't plan on skipping more. Well, I skipped one. Okay, I skipped one yesterday, which is not really an important class. Well, it is, but I wasn't gonna miss anything crucial in it, I didn't think, so that's why I skipped it. Yeah, my class is going really well, and I keep mentioning my friends in school. They're amazing, and my relationships back home have strengthened so much too. I feel like since I do not have a boyfriend right now, I have a lot more time for my friends, a lot more time for my family, and a lot more time for myself, which is really important. If you guys are wondering how the whole process journey was going, obviously it was really, really shitty, and I did it to myself. So if you ever do get broken up with and you think the person is the same, or like it was like a mistake breakup, don't let your guard down. Don't be stupid. I was stupid, and I ended up being very, very hurt in the end. And I do still regret so much about letting my guard down. And all my friends in college were like, don't let your guard down. All my friends from home were like, don't let your guard down. Guess what I did? Let my guard down. So I was kind of expecting to be heartbroken part 2, but at the same time I was like, still head over heels for him. I'm doing really, really good, and I don't even know how I healed. I think it's just a combination of having really amazing people who love and support me unconditionally in my life, and that's the most important thing I think in life, is having really good people and a really good support system. This was my first ever breakup. I did it without my family and hometown friends. I was surrounded by all new people, which I think really strengthened my bond with all the new people. Obviously I had my family and friends from my hometown, but I was never here. But they also did help me. I'm not gonna just credit all my school friends, because my family and friends here have helped me so much as well. And I'm very grateful for everyone in my life, because I think they'll be in my life for a very long time, and I love them all. And yeah, I'm all ready now. It's very natural. This is what I do every day. I do not wear mascara. And that was the story time about how my first semester of my freshman year was going, and it was a very hard adjustment, even going from my family to a new place, to then being broken up with and having to go through school and life by myself. But I think I'm pretty successful. I'm very happy, and I'm very content with where my life is right now. And I literally a month ago would not be saying this. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe down below. Bye.